directly quoting, that there are no Indonesian, Brazilian, or African foundations to start negotiations at all. As he claims, this is a direct quote, the negotiations would become meaningless, dangerous and deadly for Ukraine and for Europe in general. Do you see this logic? In principle, we are already used to it if in their communities they call men women, and they call women men, and they call children gender neutral. Probably, this logic is also justified there, and it can exist, but in a world where there are constants confirmed by the course of history, this logic is wild. It is anti-logic. We drew attention to the information published in the United States on the subject of Ukrainian neo-Nazism. As part of the project of the popular publication The Forward, Ukraine ranked first in the world in terms of the number of objects dedicated to the Nazis and their accomplices, including street names and monuments. There are 362 of them in total, so where else to turn away? That's all. Despite this, many Western politicians and public figures continue to assert that there is no fascism in Ukraine. Wait, if there is no fascism, what to do with the glorification of the fascists and their collaborators? We recommend looking at the map of Ukraine, where these objects are marked. Their overwhelming majority is located in the west of Ukraine. I would like to once again return to the disaster at the Kakhovka hydroelectric power station. The Zelensky regime is trying to simulate an investigation into its destruction. They rejected it in an absolutely boorish manner. Well, that's the only way they communicate with the international community now because they're blackmailing the international community. It's not just provocative behavior. Their behavior has a special meaning. They demonstrate to the international community that they are ready to do anything to achieve their goals. What are their goals? Now this is the preservation of its own regime. So, in a boorish manner, they simply rejected the initiative of the president of Turkey to create an international commission. Let me remind you that the so-called Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, Kuleba, called the Turkish initiative a game of giveaway with the Russians. This is fine? The Kiev regime decided to resort to the services of the politicized and, as you understand, tarnished and discredited International Criminal Court. Let me remind you that the activity of this structure is not recognized by 120 countries of the world. This commission, under the auspices of this structure, was brought to Kherson not by anyone, but personally by the director of the CIA, William Burns.